Imagine fighting a war that the rest of the world already ended. Imagine hiding in the jungle for almost 30 years, surviving storms, hunger, loneliness, and fear, all because you believed surrender was worse than death. This is the unbelievable true story of Hiroo Onoda, the Japanese soldier who kept fighting long after World War II was over, because he believed the mission he was given was still alive. Before we dive in, subscribe now for more epic historical stories. New videos every day. Hiroo Onoda was born in 1922 in Japan, a nation built on honor, loyalty, and devotion to duty. From childhood he was taught that sacrifice was noble, obedience was strength, and loyalty to the emperor was sacred. When World War II broke out, Japan needed soldiers who could survive behind enemy lines and continue fighting even when surrounded. Onoda was the perfect candidate. In 1944, he was trained as an intelligence officer and sent to Lubang Island in the Philippines. His commander gave him a strict order: do not surrender, do not die. Continue your mission at all costs. His mission was to destroy supply lines, spy on Allied movements, and never allow himself to be captured. These orders stayed engraved in his mind. When Onoda arrived on the island, the Japanese troops were already struggling. Supplies were low, morale was weaker, and American forces were tightening their grip. But Onoda kept fighting with absolute belief that his mission mattered. Then, in 1945, Japan surrendered. The war was officially over. Millions celebrated the end of suffering. But deep in the dense jungle of Lubang, Hiroo Onoda had no idea. Leaflets were dropped from planes announcing the war had ended, but he thought they were enemy propaganda. Newspapers were left in the jungle, but he believed they were for psychological manipulation. Loudspeakers announced peace, but he thought they were traps meant to lure Japanese soldiers into surrendering. Onoda believed surrender was dishonor, and dishonor to him was death. But more importantly, he believed the mission his commander gave him was unbreakable, so he stayed hidden. He stayed armed. He stayed ready. At first he wasn't alone. A small group of Japanese soldiers hid with him. They carried out small attacks, avoided the villagers, stole food, and believed reinforcements would eventually arrive. One died in a firefight. Another surrendered. Another was killed. Soon Hiroo Onoda was alone, completely alone. Yet he refused to give up. He patched his uniform with vines and cloth, oiled his rifle using seeds and leaves, mended his knife, and continued to scout the island for enemy activity. The jungle became his home. At night he listened to insects, monkeys, the cracking of branches, the sound of distant gunfire. He watched the seasons cycle, rainstorms, flooding rivers, dry seasons, cracking the earth. Villagers passed through the forest, but Onoda always hid or fired warning shots. He believed every person could be an enemy spy. He avoided contact for decades. When men approached him with pleas saying the war was over, he saw it as deception. When planes flew overhead with messages begging him to surrender, he believed it was psychological warfare. His loyalty kept him blind, but also kept him alive. While the world moved on, Japan rebuilt, and technology transformed daily life, Onoda stayed stuck in 1945. He lived off bananas, coconuts, stolen rice, and whatever he could find. He built small huts, repaired tools, and survived injuries on his own. For 20 years, nobody knew if he was alive. Many believed he had died in battle, but some Japanese citizens never stopped searching. Still, every attempt to reach him failed because he refused to trust what he saw. He believed Japan would come back for him, and he believed one thing with all his heart: his mission had not ended. Then, in 1974, 29 years after World War II, a young Japanese adventurer named Norio Suzuki traveled into the Philippine jungle. Suzuki told newspapers he was searching for three things: a panda, a yeti, and Hiroo Onoda. He was a fearless explorer and determined to find the impossible. After days of searching, Suzuki suddenly found a thin, weather-beaten man holding a rifle in the bushes. It was Onoda. Suzuki approached slowly, raising his hands to show he was not a threat. He shouted, "Onoda-san, the war ended 29 years ago. Please come home." But Onoda refused to believe him. He told Suzuki that he would not surrender unless his commanding officer personally ordered him to stop. Suzuki returned to Japan and told the government. He had found Onoda. Shock spread across Japan. A former commanding officer, Major Yoshimi Taniguchi, was located. Now an elderly man running a bookstore. The government flew him to the Philippines. In an emotional moment, Taniguchi met Onoda face to face in the jungle. He read the official military order, telling him the mission was over and he was released from duty. For the first time in almost 3 decades, Onoda's expression changed. He saluted, tears filled his eyes, and he finally put down his rifle. He walked out of the jungle wearing the same battered uniform he had worn in 1945. The world was stunned. Japan welcomed him home as a national hero. Some people admired his loyalty and discipline. Others criticized the pain caused by his actions toward villagers during those years. But no one denied this truth. Hiroo Onoda was one of the most extraordinary soldiers in modern history. He had lived through storms, starvation, loneliness, and psychological battles most people could never imagine. He was a man frozen in time, a soldier who continued a mission for nearly 30 years out of pure loyalty and belief. His story became one of the most studied examples of military obedience and human resilience. But more than anything, Hiroo Onoda's life revealed the unbelievable power of belief. When a mission becomes your identity, it can define your entire reality. For Onoda, the war never ended until his commander told him it did. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe now for more powerful historical stories from around the world. Like the video, share it with someone who loves history, and comment below with your thoughts.